I'm one of the managers in the barn, so if you guys ever need anything horsey related, you can ask me. This is Leonard. He's gonna help me do orientation. We're just gonna go over the basics of like on, off, steering, all that good stuff, okay? So when we get you guys on, we always use this mounting block. It's way easier for you guys, way easier on our horses' backs as well. So when you go to get on, a wrangler will pull your pony up just like this. And biggest thing when we're getting on our horses is we want to avoid like cranking on their saddle because that doesn't feel super good on their back. So as best you can, you kind of want to use your own strength to help yourself into the saddle. So you'll take your reins in your left hand, maybe grab some mane. You'll put your left foot in the stirrup and you'll go up, over, down as gently as possible. Same kind of idea. We want to avoid like crashing down on their back because that doesn't feel super good. So as long as you're trying, that's really great. You want a nice introduction to your horse. You don't want the first thing they feel when they meet you is a nice big slam on their back. So as best you can, sit down nice and gently. Once you guys are up here, we'll adjust your stirrups for you. Your stirrups are where your feet sit. So when you have your feet in the stirrups, you want to put the ball of your foot and think about heels down, toes up. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but sometimes people put their whole boot in, they put their toes down, all that kind of stuff. So instead, you just want to think about dropping a little bit of weight in that heel instead. As far as your stirrup length goes, we'll adjust that once you guys get on. So you don't want to be like pitched up like a jockey because you'll be sore. You also don't want to be like on your tiptoes reaching for your stirrups because they help you feel secure in the saddle. We're pretty good at picking a length, but if something feels funny, let us know. The other big important thing we have going on is our reins. This is how we steer and stop our horse. So even though we're in Western saddles, 99% of our horses do not neck rein. So if you guys get on, try to do some Yellowstone moves, Leonard is unfazed. He is all day long. He's like giving me side eye. So instead, we actually ride all of our horses using what's called a direct rein, which uses two hands. Do you guys know how to ride bikes? Yeah? Okay, cool. It's like handlebars on a bike. So we want our knuckles up, thumbs in the middle, pinkies to the outside. I'm going to pick up my left rein in my left hand, right rein in my right hand, just like this. Sometimes people crisscross, flip their hands, all sorts of fun stuff. So we'll tell you if you're holding them wrong. But the theme is the knuckles are up, thumbs in the middle, left and left, right and right. The reason we ride like this is because all of our ponies are in snaffle bits. The bit is the metal thing in his mouth. And that bit only works if I make actual pressure on the bit. And that's how he knows to turn his head. So that's why this doesn't work, because we're not actually pulling on that foot in his mouth. The other really important piece of our reins is our rein length, how long they are. Are you yawning, Leonard? Goes out of your day. So because this doesn't work and I have to actually make contact with Leonard's mouth for him to know if I want him to stop or turn, if I have really big loopy reins like this and Leonard's going along but I want him to stop, I'm gonna have a really hard time getting his attention. So instead, I want my reins so that he has slack when he's being good. I'm not constantly pulling on him, but if I needed to get his attention, I get it really easily, just like this. I kind of think about my hands living in front of the saddle here, up and ready to ride. It's really tempting to park yourself back here, but then you have some additional steps to steer, and then my reins look okay, but actually I'm already running into my belly. So kind of have your hands up, ready to ride, that kind of thing. The other number one most important rule with your reins is you're not allowed to let go of them. You always have to hold on to your reins. So there's none of this action out there. This is how you stop and steer your horse. So you always got to hold on. When we are asking our horses to turn, we're going to use a combination of our hands and legs to do it. So if I want Leonard to go to the right, I'll use my right hand to guide his nose that direction, but my opposite leg, or my left leg, to push him that way. So Leonard and I will demonstrate. Right hand pulling on his bit, left leg in his belly, and Leonard does a beautiful circle.
Good job, Leonard.
Yes, everybody. Yeah, Leonard.
Good boy.
Yeah, Leonard's very proud right
Yeah.
now. If I wanted Leonard to go to the left, same idea. We'll use my left hand, left rein. Pull on that rein, get his nose over. Leonard is very nicely demonstrating how he can bend his head without moving his feet. So this is where that opposite leg comes in. Me pushing on that belly tells him to move his feet. And he does a beautiful circle to the left. If I wanted Leonard to come to a stop, I'm going to pull back with both hands, all 4 feet stop, lower my hands again. They all work on pressure and release. So you guys are applying pressure when you're pulling, squeezing, all that kind of stuff. But the way he knows he's done a good job is by you relaxing or releasing that pressure. So a really big example is Leonard and I, we're cruising, moving at breakneck speed. And I decide I'm gonna ask Mr. Leonard to stop. So I pull back with both hands. All 4 feet stop, but I'm still pulling. Leonard's gonna start looking for other answers by backing up, but if I would just lower my hands, he'd come to a stop. So just keep that in mind when you're turning, stopping, going forward. Once they've done the thing you're looking for, relax your hands, relax your legs, and that's how they know they did the right thing. When you want your horse to walk or go forward, you're gonna use your legs to tell them so. So this doesn't mean go forward to Leonard. Again, very tolerant pony, he does not care. Instead, when I want him to walk forward, I'm going to start really small and then get more annoying if I need to. So I never want to get on my horse and just like, well, bam, kick him as hard as I can, because that's not very nice to Mr. Leonard, and he's being very good. Instead, I'm going to start little, get annoying. So the nice way to ask your horse to move forward is you take both your legs, push him in his belly. He walks off, I can relax my legs and let him stay walking until I tell him otherwise. So I'm not like constantly squeezing or anything like that. If he maybe stopped to sniff some snow or he got a little pokey, then I could give him a bump and tell him to keep going. But otherwise, they should stay walking. If he didn't listen to that nice squeeze, I'd get a little more annoying and start using my heels. So I'll demonstrate, even though Leonard's being very good. I'd squeeze, and if I need to, some heels, and then relax. So I start with your nice squeeze, and then use your feet if you need to, or heels a little bit more if you need to. My biggest advice there is do make sure you're actually making contact with your horse's side. A lot of times, people will think they're kicking their horse, and they're going like this. And Leonard's like, I think she wants me to go, but it took him a second. He's like, what is she doing? But instead, if you actually took your feet and pushed them into their belly, off we go. Just make sure you're getting in that belly, and that'll help. Do you guys have any questions on that? No?
Thank you.
Yeah. A couple of other things for you guys. You'll all have a wrangler out there, so if you forgot everything I just told you, they can remind you of everything and answer questions. Big sigh, Leonard. The other important thing is we have a lot of different terrain out there. So we have some mud, we have some dry spots, we have snow, we have ice, all that kind of thing is still out on trail. All of our horses that are working right now have winter shoes. So they have horseshoes that have like studs and snow pads and all sorts of stuff. I know, gross, he's pooping. Snow pads and studs and everything to help them with traction. So they're very well equipped to be walking in all this footing, but the best way you guys can help them is sitting nice and tall. If you're kind of up here, flopping around like a sack of potatoes, Leonard can feel that, and then he's having to balance you doing all your crazy stuff and navigate the snow and all that kind of thing. So best way you can help, sit tall, and that helps them a lot. We have saddlebags for you guys, so if you need to like put any extra layers or water or anything in here, you can. And then other than that, we're walking on our trails this time of year, and we have 2 areas we're kind of exploring. We have a longer loop out across the bridge towards our Mesa Trail, and then we can do a little adventuring up towards Woodsy and our reservoir. That's a little shorter, but you get really pretty views of the lake and stuff. Yeah, and you all guys all did a great job signing up. So whenever you want to ride, just sign up, and you'll always check in with myself or Amy. She's the director of our program, so that we can give you your horse assignment, because it might change day to day based on who's getting a break and that kind of thing. Cool. Last and most important part, when you guys get back from your trail ride and it's time to dismount, if toes are cold or hips are not moving how you thought they would, we can help you. So if you want any help dismounting, just stay on your horse when you get back, and we can help you by holding them. We can have you actually like dismount onto the mounting block so that your slide is not so far down. It's also a lot nicer on their back, so you can always say it's for them. But generally speaking, what you're going to want to do when it's time to dismount, step number 1 is make sure your jacket is not hooked on the horn. That happens all the time. Then you're going to take your right foot out of the stirrup, lean forward, grab some mane, bring that leg behind yourself, hip on the saddle, left foot out, slide down. What we're trying to avoid is there's a habit of keeping this left foot in until I get to the ground, but if I was not as bendy as I thought, or if Leonard decided he wanted to go for a walk, I'm going with him. So you just want to make sure both feet are free and clear before you slide down. And then if you want the mounting block, when you get back from your ride, just say over and over again, I want the mounting block. We'll help you parallel park. And then you follow the exact same procedure, except you just step off onto the mounting block. So it's a lot easier. Yeah. Any burning questions?
One more thing, Abby.
Yeah.
If we're out there, you guys, and you start getting hot, please, 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 please do not take off a layer by yourself, okay?
Oh, yes,
Raise your hand, have your wrangler come on over and hold your horse for you, because if you undo your jacket, really drastic wise, they might freak out, all right? Beautiful.
Yes, yeah. If you need to shed, we can help you. As you saw with Leonard, I can do a lot of nonsense up there, so they're all very good about it, but definitely good to like get our input or help with when's the best time to delayer, essentially. And on that vein, if you do delayer, you don't want to tie anything around your waist. You would want to put it in the saddlebag. You just don't want anything on you that could attach you to the horn when you're riding, essentially. Cool. Okay, we'll start getting you guys on, getting all of your stirrups adjusted.